Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are Happy Home Projects Co-op, and if you haven't had a chance yet, please like and subscribe. In today's video, we're going to be taking apart a roof valley that another contractor had done, and it's been leaking because it wasn't properly sloped. So we're going to build a new custom valley, and that's a little bit of tinkering. And then after that, we're going to go on ahead and put some underlayment and seal it all up, and then put some roll roofing in it on top. So you can see right now we're just finishing up with the demo and cleaning it up. We're going to let it dry out for a little bit. There was a decent amount of ice that was blocked up inside there, and we had to scoop out a good amount of the debris to make sure that it can breathe once we're all finished up. So now I'm basically trying to figure out exactly what the angle is for our pieces. It's a little bit of trial and error, and I end up figuring it out on a test piece, and then basically we take that angle and we replicate it and adjust the sizes as we go. So now we have our test piece cut, and we're just going to go ahead and check for levels, see if everything kind of looks right, and then start playing around. In the beginning, I assumed this was going to be for the end, but the issue was we started running out of space on the wood in order to make it so that we actually had a slope going towards the edge of the roof where the gutter was. So after testing things with the level, we did have an adequate slope. We also used the pitch gauge app on the phone, and we had a pitch of about 2. I think it was a little less than that, so not ideal, but we are using the flat roll roofing instead of the shingles. That way the moisture can't creep up and come back through. Now with the third piece cut, we start to realize that we're out of space and we have to shift everything down and then start cutting our pieces up so they're larger. So basically what we do is we take this entire assembly, move it to the end, and then we build a little custom blocking for the very tail end, just to make sure that we're still able to have it be nice and strong, but give us that slope that we need so the water actually flows out of the roof area and doesn't create a pond. So now we pretty much got it figured out. It's matching the slopes pretty good. We have our pitch. Everything's looking pretty good. So here we realized that our boards aren't quite where we want them to be lining up, but that we're able to go out about 24 inches on center. As needed because of the thickness of our underlayment. So now we're just making sure that they're a minimum of 24 inches, or should I say no more than 24 inches apart. And then at the end we do some double blocking in order to reinforce that. After we're sure about our layout, basically going through and doing a dry fit, we secure all the boards in place and then cut the sheathing to size. And basically just kind of tapering the cut. After that, we go on ahead, and as you can see, we're putting some flashing on the edges there. We end up putting that on top of the joint, and then later on we cover that with some moisture barrier. You just definitely want to make sure that you're reinforcing the valleys, and that's what we're doing here. And we go on ahead and we do the sides first, and then we do the top. That way it's nice and shingled. here in this phase, we don't worry about covering the nails with any sort of sealant because we're covering it with the underlayment. You just want to make sure that your underlayment completely covers all of the old nails, and then from this layer up that you seal it as needed. So here what I'm doing is I'm using a putty knife and a hammer to separate the shingle layer that is next up, and then that way when we put our roll roofing in, we can make sure that we're going up and under the next layer. Again, maintaining as much of a shingled effect as we can, and then anywhere that we can't have a shingling effect where one layer, where the top layer overlays the bottom layer, we make sure to put in sealant, and you'll see that here. On the end of the roof, we realized that we still had a little bit of flashing to take care of, so to make sure that everything stayed protected and that we weren't having a callback on this job, we spent some time creating some custom flashing for that edge. Now, originally what we were planning on doing with the roll roofing was to remove the plastic and use the adhesive that already came with it. But I had just had a feeling that we needed to have a backup plan in place, and that's why we brought the roofing sealant slash adhesive. And that's kind of how we had to do it here, is just because we were able to get off some of the plastic, but if we were to try and remove it all, we would have been there for a couple hours, and it was already getting pretty late in the day. So what we do is we, again, shingled it in under that next layer, and then we spent some time getting some adhesive in and underneath each shingle, and then we lift the entire thing up and do the same thing. We did what we could to remove some of the plastic though, just to try and make sure that it had a good seal and everything like that. It was nice and strong, but in the end we ended up just having to use our own adhesive. It worked out pretty well, even though it was pretty messy. So just make sure you wear gloves, and whatever clothes you're wearing, be prepared to destroy them. So here you can see Josh is going back over everything and making sure that any loose shingles have some sort of adhesive underneath or sealant. And then he's also sealing all the cracks on the other side, and he goes through top to bottom and seals up anything that could possibly leak, and just being very thorough. And the most important part with that is just to start with a clean area. Again, he's going over the fasteners that ended up staying on top and sealing all those up, and yeah, our GoPro camera had died. That's why these last few images are how we're finishing the video here. But again, just make sure you're being very thorough with the adhesive or the sealant. Make sure that your work surface is clean, and just keep like a little broom and brush the dust off and stuff like that. And yeah, this is an impromptu solution to issue that's been plaguing the customer for a few years now, and he had hired another contractor, and I think another one before that even, and just couldn't get it resolved. But let us know what you guys think. And here's the before photo, and here's the after photo. This has been a production of Happy Home Projects Co-op. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.